Hello, and welcome to the Memory Arcade. And the game's really gonna do me like that, huh? Huh. Now we have a picture. Anyway, there's like a little attract screen, almost, for a handheld game, which is odd. But I guess it's, at some point it's just one of these design elements of a video game studio that you put in your games, because, yeah. I'm sure the GBA had demo units, but yeah. The lost art of attract mode. Anyway, we're playing Metroid Zero Mission. I actually played it fairly recently, but not on stream. And I almost said OM. Good grief. Dread. Metroid Dread is coming out next month, and I'm not sure if we can get through all the 2D Metroids in time for its release. But yeah, I wanna see how far we can get. And on the menu, as it were, Metroid Zero Mission, representing Metroid 1. Like, I could go way back and play the NES game, but honestly, it's a miserable experience. The game's hard. Yeah, the numbers are stacked against you. Your sense of progression is unclear. You know, it's not... I'm not sure if it's like a 100% a guide game, but it's definitely not super explicit about where you have to go. And it's... and the controls also aren't that great. I may have played through that once, and that may have been with cheats or a guide or whatever. Hold on, I have to... be right back. Okay, so instead of the original Metroid, we're playing its Game Boy Advance remake, Zero Mission. After that, I'd like to play another Metroid 2 remake, AM2R, which is what it says on the tin. It is a Metroid 2 remake. It's 2D pixel art, and like if it were up to Nintendo in this slot, you know, playing through the story chronologically, they'd have me play either the Game Boy original or the 3DS remake, Samus Returns, which I hear is very good. Everything I've seen of it looks really fun. I just don't have the ability to stream 3DS games, and that's that. And even though the fan remake got a cease of desist letter like a little while after it came out, and then vanished or sort of moved underground. Like, there have been unofficial patches of good quality. I'm not sure if the original dev is involved or if they just quietly handed the reins over to the community. But I remember playing it, and it's just really high quality, very well made, an absolute labor of love, and unless I get a cease and desist, it won't happen, no. And I don't think Nintendo gives a shit in the greater scheme of things. The point is, it's a great version of the game, and I wanna play that. Next up would obviously be Metroid 3, also known by a obscure title called Super Metroid, For that one, I found something fun, which is a fan patch, a ROM hack that adds a few quality of life things and makes some of the controls a little more responsive, like the wall jump. I always struggle with the wall jump. I played Super Metroid already on stream as part of a Metroid Link to the Past combined randomizer thingy, which absolutely fun, and you should check it out. It's super cool. But Super Metroid, I mean, it's a game worth replaying over and over again. It's not a revelation of me telling that to you. And yeah, I like the idea of revisiting that with slightly tightened controls and more responsive wall jumps and a whole toggle to fire missiles rather than switching between the beam and the missiles. Kinda like how all the other 2D Metroid then ended up doing it. After that, if we're going chronologically, of course we have to play Fusion. We're just gonna play Fusion, I'm not touching other M. I kinda shoulda, coulda, maybe at some point feature other M just to really look into it, but I don't think I've ever hate played a game on stream. Like I try to keep things positive here, and there's like I enjoyed some of the gameplay of other M well enough. Seeing Nightmare come back was super cool, but it's again, you don't need me to tell you other M really failed and dropped the ball. But Fusion's still good. Has a few of those more restrictive game structure thingies that then really became super pervasive in other M, but overall Fusion does horror very well, and I'm eager to revisit it. I think I've only ever played through it once or twice, and again, I'm not sure if we can get through all of that before October 7th, 9th, whatever, whenever the Dread drops. And of course I'm gonna play Dread on launch day. I'm not super traffic or engagement conscious since I'm a hobbyist and not a full-time streamer, but A, I want to play that game on launch day, and B, yeah, I'm not gonna pass up the chance to draw some eyeballs to the stream by playing it on launch day. Anyway. Planet Zeb'sh. That's what we're going with. I think that's correct. I called this planet home once in peaceful times, long before evil haunted the caverns below. Now I shall finally tell the tale of my first battle here, my so-called zero mission. Samus, that's the most Japanese thing ever. Like, I'm shocked they didn't, like, rename this game First Mission or Origins. When it came to the West, Zero Mission is such a goofy title. But okay. What I like about this is that it immediately delves into her backstory without making it too, I want to say obtrusive. Also, we just have to deal with these outlines. There's like a few color filters that I could be applying to make GBA games look a little different, and these reddish outlines, which are there because it was a handheld with poor backlighting, that I could be applying, and it's entirely that would be entirely possible, but also it would kind of really falsify the overall look of the game, and it's a nice game to look at. And here we have the Morph Ball. Double tap to take ball form. Easy peasy. always such a weird design choice to give you such an important feature basically right away. But not out of the box. Like, maybe it's just to teach players that, yeah, Samus's whole thing is acquiring new abilities. I'm really stoked to see more Jozo stuff in Dread. Like, I could, after that, I'm always worried when Sakamoto, that is his name. I should get that right. So, yeah, Yoshio Sakamoto. Long-time series producer and yeah, basically showrunner of the Japanese Metroid games. And like After M was such a was so profoundly bad, but not just bad, but also kind of offensive in many ways. I really like the information or the news that Sakamoto would still be involved with Dread really concerned me. But everything else we've seen of Dread so far suggests that it won't be too dialogue heavy, which in and of itself was not the issue with other M. Like, to me, like, the sexism in this game is so pervasive, and here I am ranting about other M again. Like, the sexism was so pervasive that the idea of fixing it by having the woman talk less, seems like a shit fix. I'm mentally debating if I should be quoting Simics a lot while discussing sexism in Metroid Other M, but fuck it. We're long, we're strong, we're down to get the friction on. Yeah, so based on that, based on my trepidation regarding Dread and Dread featuring more Jozo stuff or more intimate backstory of Samus Aran stuff, there's a certain anxiety that they will cock it up. However, the game looks fine, like, and they've more or less pleaded with us. Like there was like the Adam AI on Samus's ship is still a thing, but it won't be telling Samus what to do. And I'm like, yeah, okay, you heard us. You didn't really address Other M at all during E3. Like, they didn't do that. And that in and of itself is actually also rather encouraging. Like, get the idea that they want us to forget Other M happened, and I suppose that is about as much of a oh shit. Ooh. about as much as of an acknowledgement that it wasn't the bee's knees. As we're ever gonna get out of that company or Sakamoto specifically, and I don't want to, I don't know, be one of those entitled bastards. Like, apologize for the end. No, just make a better game. And tell a better story. Or tell that story you wanna tell better. And I think we stand a good chance of getting that, especially since a lot of the dev duties are handled by Mercury Stream, and like I said, Samus Returns looks banger. Yeah. Let's talk about this game, because I actually played this a little bit way back when this was still the current Metroid title. You know, the only one. Our neighbors. Like my younger sibling was friends with their kids. They were a bunch of years younger than me, but they had an NES and had a handful of games we didn't have, and among them was Metroid. So I guess I must have borrowed it at some point, or why am I even trying to charge anything? Yeah, that thing will be back. Like I said, it was an engaging game. It had my curiosity and my interest, even at the time when I actually I'm not sure what my favorite games were back in the day. Like, I was reasonably good at Mario, sure. And we had the Zeldas. I guess it was kind of up there with Kid Icarus, in the sense that it looked really cool and seemed to have a lot of imagination behind it, and not that I... Okay. Should I be concerned here? Because I've been using mental health tags for a couple of streams. this was a legit follower. Honestly, they can reach out to me on Twitter or whatever. In the current climate, I'm not taking chances. So, where was it? Oh yeah, Kitty Curse. Just a game that seemed really cool, but also was very hard and very tough to get into and meaningfully progress in. And I mean, I was a kid, so Rose. And the time for me where I actually managed to really these little bastards. Okay, I'm going back and saving because A, we're low on health, and hearing that rumble makes me think, yep, that worm thingy is coming back. And really, that wall, that nest respawns, and their spawn don't give me shit for health? That seems harsh. Yeah, so the time for me where I actually managed to finish games on my own, a lot, wasn't until the Super Nintendo. But I stuck with the series. And let's face it, Super Metroid had terrific marketing. Even though none of us really had any concept what a Mac was. As in a megabit. Wasn't it? They weren't even advertising megabytes. 24 megabits. And really? You're not gonna hear me? How could I heal up? Bomb country. Yeah. Like they put one quicksand tile in the fucking game that you can fall through into a secret room, and suddenly you're testing everything. Like From Software not even having to put mimics into the game, into some of their games, but people will still check for them. Honestly, of the NES games that were a little too hard for me back in the day, and that maybe with a ROM hack that makes it more accessible, or you know, actually, I was about to say, you know, my grown-up gaming skills, but I've tried to get into Kid Icarus many times over the years, and I'm not sure if he's climbing out of Tartarus in that first level, but it's just... it's tough. And I don't mind... that, like, this game absolutely has a right to be the way it is. But I also have the right to be like, yeah, it's great. It's probably not for me. At least not in that incarnation. Just like I really enjoyed playing through those NES Castlevania titles with more responsive controls. The originals were fantastic, but you know, that little control ROM hack, I knew it. Hey, charge beam. Now, is the charge beam magnetic in this game? It's not. Ooh. But I think it has the mini screw attack. Yep. Which honestly is one of the many... I mean, they said it outright in the description just now, but I think in Super Metroid the charge jump was not really documented. Just one of the things you could do. Apparently, there's a little bit of movement regarding the whole hate rate bullshit. In the sense that Twitch is now actively suing some of the instigators. And I hope they're not just gonna dish out a couple lawsuits for optics, but just really nail some of these bastards against the wall. Like, in the sense that I want them to go through with this in a manner that sets an example. They just pressed the jump button. Naive and foolish. They would ever give us the jump ball for free. I think a couple of Metroid games maybe had that. Oink, 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 oink. Yeah, onto you. Oh, they blocked my way out of here. Okay. Let's learn bomb jumping in this game. Oh, okay. I'm not sure if this one has a ledge grab, like as a feature that you can still get later on. And it's kind of comical, the idea that the ability to grab a ledge would be something Samus had to actively equip. But honestly, this is Ice Beam territory anyway. Honestly, Samus' suit probably weighs as much as a medium-sized car. And it's one of my favorite things of Metroid Prime, just how weighty stepping into her shoes feels. You get the impression, oh yeah, this woman is basically maneuvering or navigating these worlds in a bipedal tank. Like the skinniest mecha. A jump would be nice. Oh, maybe we're just about to get it. We're going to Hotland. Yeah, I could call it Norfair, but we feel more Undertale is much more popular than Ocarina of Time or Super Metroid, so... I wonder if there's still a couple of people who are bitter about that weird game FAQs. Poe from... God... Let's see... 2015? Okay, that long corridor could still be worth checking out. Also, yeah, try not to compulsively charge. Oh. Persona changed those controls. Anyway, since this is an emulated GBA game, and the GBA only had 2 face buttons, I tend to put turbo buttons onto the 2 remaining face buttons, so this being I think I had disabled that for the jump because it just looks goofy if I accidentally hit it for a jump. For a classic auto fire, on the other hand, would actually be useful. I should have used this on the big atrophy nests. I have no idea where I'm going. Oh, I guess that was right. Or... you know... well, almost. The daily ride. I mean, I could also just cut out the middleman here. Okay, never mind. But yeah, regarding those raids, I had for a while considered adding the ADHD and mental health tags to my stream. Simply, I'm just now realizing that Samus's sprite is not mirrored. Like here, the cannon is towards it, and here it's in the back. That's neat. Also, yeah, I didn't need any more help. I'm about to get hit. Yep. I mean, this is a bad idea. Oh, this is a super bad idea. I'm fucking dead. I have an extra tank, so I can make it? Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so I had considered adding these tags to my stream for the longest time, and while I don't talk about it, about these subjects 24/7, I do talk about them on occasion, on stream, and it's just like, I personally got better, through content creators that I was following, years and years ago, openly talking about their issues with depression and anxiety, and like that was to me the impetus, or it lowered the barrier for me to seek therapy, and it has improved my quality of life considerably. Why would I ever... And it's nice to be able to give a little bit of that back, and also, you know, there's also an aspect of visibility, of pride, and as a neurodiverse person, all of that. But I was also always worried about shitheads just coming into chat, you know, individually, and starting to mock me, mock my chat members, whatever. And now with these hate rates, that one has absolutely been turned up to 11. But also, the means to help yourself in the face of this kind of harassment have obviously been curated by the community to some effect. Not by Twitch, because why the fuck would a corporation ever strive to protect its content creators. And yeah, I am a little bit about this these days. Short opening my soda break here. And also at this point for me, it's about decidedly not backing down, or rather doubling down, not just talking about it, but yeah, using those tags, as it were, flying that flag. Oh, that's good soda. And if any negative attention comes from that, one way or the other, let's see how let's deal with that. And it doesn't say that I haven't taken some measures, but you know. Yeah. Anyway, Metroid. Zero Mission, remake of Metroid 1. I think this one came out after Fusion? Which is... I don't want to say a shame, but of the official games I intend to play or would like to play before the Red, this is, I guess, the most recent one then, in terms of release chronology. Ooh. Oh. But yeah. I would say compared to Fusion, they wanted to, I don't want to say age it up, but unless I was remembering the ledge grab in Fusion, that was already a thing when you start the game. And here they may have backported it? Question mark? But I might also be conflating stuff here. Like I know there is a ledge grab in Fusion, and there is a ledge grab in Metroid 2 Remake. So going from this game to AM2R to Super Metroid, where there's definitely no ledge grab, not even with the ROM hack I'll be using, because that would completely bust this game open. Yeah, gonna be interesting for, you know, my muscle memory. Also, to me, it remains eternally interesting that we learn relatively little about the space pirates and the nature of its various leaders. Like, how are they organized? Is there like an absolute commander? I imagine that, like, the mangas had, which I never read, probably should. Some of the drawings I keep seeing in retrospectives and whatnot look really nice. But I think Mother Brain is actually not the, like not the big shot or the top dog, but rather more of a security. A living security system, like one of the living computers that they showed us in Prime, and I know Prime, in terms of larger world building and canon is a little finicky because Retro Studios made these, and Sakamoto's team has apparently been a little dismissive towards Prime and where it fits into the whole, overall story. But I honestly need to check and verify that. It's one of those truisms that have been in my brain for a while, and in the context of really disliking other M, it seemed like a it seemed like a thing that would fit very neatly into this idea of the Japanese devs being, I don't know, resentful or jealous of the success of the American production. Right. We keep finding these throughout this version of the game. So this is obviously an area that was not in the original. And there's like a there's like a kind of like a post game to the original. And some of it is a little painful to play because it's stealth. And not super well realized, but I played this somewhat recently and... Really? Really? Huh. Huh. Are we just fucked? Okay. Got it. Got there. Poop. And yeah, there being some kind of beef between, be it one-sided or not, between the Japanese team and the Prime devs over on Retro. Citation needed. Like, I want to check on that before it starts spreading or contributing to potentially harmful misinformation. Because I'm actually seeing some stuff here that feels like it's... Oh, the power group. That feels inspired by Prime. Like the way the choirs boom in these shows of runes and all that. And yeah, now we have the wonderful ability to use our other hand, but as I mentioned, this suit probably weighs several metric tons. And the ability to just pull yourself up with one hand anywhere is hard won. Been a suspicious lack of combat here. Otherwise, nice tutorializing of the grip. Oh, you can navigate how you can roll yourself into a crevice. Also, Samus's Zero Mission ship looks goofy as hell. Not sure we see her ship in the original version. Also, this begs the question how did we ever get down to Brinstar in the first place? Ah. Wait. Little bubbles coming from her suit. That's super neat. Minor point. Like, not to take away of this beautiful art, but in terms of from an engineering perspective, I would not release any gases that then form bubbles where they could get in front of the visor. Like, I would funnel that shit out through the back of her. Through the back of the suit. But that's, you know, that's me. That's nitpicking of the highest order. Super bomb? Yeah, power bomb. I just had the saddest thought of a nerdy kid wanting to join a conversation his quote-unquote cooler classmates are having, and because the kid heard the word powerbomb. Oh, guys talking about no, wrestling. Oh, you can fire up, but not like onto the platform you're about to enter. That seems slightly impractical. It's gonna hurt, but I kinda have to try. Oh God. Oh god, it's the worst. Yeah, this is way worse than the acidic water in Princeton. When I booted this game up, the outlines, the reddish outlines around everything kind of distracted me, but now they're blending in fine. Like, if there was a patch to just address this and maybe make them black or something that just more neutrally, like a dark blue, blends in with everything, I wouldn't say no, but it's hardly a deal breaker. And yeah, I'm playing this also on my widescreen layout because famously the GBA is not quite real widescreen, but also far from 4x3, and I had a version of my 4x3 layout specifically for GBA games a long time ago, but after the last redesign I was just like, no, just no, it's fine. Really? I find that highly unlikely. Are we about to get toasted and this is where our trip to Norfair ends for now? Not quite yet. Because we always wondered where the little organic lava balls came from. Now we know. This thing has speed boost written all over itself. Yep. Now I'm quite sure, are these supposed to be actual eyeballs or just, you know, weird bubble formations? Kind of like crystals, but round. They're not animated, blissfully. And if they were, or like, I'm pretty sure any developer would look at his producer and be like, oh, you want all of that animated? Okay. When's that? How many chips are we putting in that module? As in coprocessors and such. Not sure the Game Boy Advance ever did that. Like, there was a bunch of wild shit that they put into Game Boy Advance modules, like, I think an accelerometer was put in there once. All that jazz. But I don't know if there were like Super FX equivalents. And there was a 3D Tekken game on the GBA. So I'm curious how that tech worked. Also, we already have the Ice Beam, that's wild. I mean, technically we can already kill Metroids now, so... Time to finish the game. Again, very chill and... chill. Very good tutorializing. Safe. Hmm. Makes the quest a lot more linear. But then I was complaining earlier that the original didn't give you much indication of where to go and what to do, so... I wanna say Super Metroid did it more organically, without such obvious hints. But, I might also be unable to really be objective regarding Super Metroid so many years in. Oh. Where's the loot? Yeah, check. It. I mean, the map says there wasn't anything to get there, so I think we can just scooch down here. It's nice. Thought this missile would be for much later, but no need to backtrack here, at least now. I know there's also the speed boost thing in the adjacent room. What was that? That is me not paying any attention to my health and being 1/4 wrecked. So I hope my logo is not messing with your ability to rotate my health too much. I figured, like, you know, for the folks playing along at home, having a good idea of what the map is showing has higher priority, and also my camera thingy fucks with the minimap a little more on the other side. high jump. And I think that might be the reward for Crate. Our dear huge green boy who is about to come back in Dread. And who, canonically, we haven't really seen since Super Metroid, so wow. Sure, I'll take that. Ah. Oh, I can clear that with the bombs. He said. Way too convinced of himself. I may not have enough bombs at my disposal. Yeah. I also love how some of these areas come back in Super Metroid, or rather, came back in Super Metroid and were then again remade for Zero Mission. There's a sense of continuity here. Just toting them. Okay, so the turbo I have assigned to one of the buttons doesn't have the right rhythm. Also, hi Azamek, how are you? And we're in for one of the absolute bangers of the original Metroid soundtrack, or the remake thereof. Actually, I had a long and kind of unplanned nap this evening too, and then I got lively again. I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'm doing the Friday stream, even if I technically went online 5 minutes before Friday was over in my time zone. Oh yeah. And also not just for the, you know, for safety and all that, and not wasting food, also to maybe as a okay, I'll have something, I have what she's having. Wow, those were a bunch of enemies we can't harm normally, and just yeah. Sorry, I cut myself off there. You know, as a form of self-care. making sure that food preparation gets the attention it needs. I don't mean to sound patronizing here, that's just something that popped into my head. This like a reel that I can latch onto? I think it needs to be energized. Huh. Oh. Sweet. Oh, this one. Good grief. Well, good thing we saved. It just really wants us to use that rail. I should probably throw in some missiles for its troubles. The rail just continues to go, but I need that. Yeah, earlier into the game, there was an enemy catching up to me. I collected an item, and on the collected item screen, I was like, oh, yep, I'm about to get hit. Like, I didn't die because of it, but... Could you? Wow, I'm convinced it stayed in the water long enough for me to get hurt. Worse. Oh. I'm realizing why I have some involuntary movement going on there. The game launches you into a row if you effectively double jump, and that one has some forward momentum attached to it. So, good luck staying put. Oh, F this boss. Don't even wanna know how much health I already. Sure. Okay, yeah, no. I figured it out. The pro strat, or I guess the intended strategy, is to wait until it's already wiggling, and then have it eat dirt by moving out of the way. That was not immediately apparent to me. And I either could capitalize on that, or, you know, die like a... I mean, we can look at the game over screen at least once, right? Someone put really a lot of effort into the game over screen, you guys, and the fact you're not acknowledging that. Huh. So this again with feeling. Yeah, okay. Oh. Okay. For a second there, I thought the rules had changed significantly. I think I just unlocked myself. You little... There we go. Has to be something down here, right? Doing science is important. I mean, at least Portal taught us this much. Also a game I was shocked I've never played on stream, but then I guess Portal is one of those games where just how many years it's been out yet has kind of snuck up on us. Like for some reason, playing the first Arkham game felt more like a nostalgia thing than I imagine even Portal 2 would feel like. Actually, that sentence made no sense. Of course, Portal 2 feels more recent, since it's also a much more ambitious game in terms of overall scope. But you get what I mean. For some reason, Portal still kind of feels like, not like it happened yesterday, but doesn't have an older game vibe. Believe me, I already forgot what we got from that boss fight. I guess it's a sharp writing. Like, that's... And also how memes sometimes kind of feel eternal. Like, there are memes where you think, oh yeah, that's an old hat. But, you know, the whole doing science thing that got me onto this tangent just kind of feels like something that has been part of the inventory. I mentioned Arkham, the first one. I think that one was 2008. Okay, now the movie wasn't great, but at the very least they could have put the Dennis Hopper tribute in a Mario game. I'm sorry, that one was really bad. I have to say, my willingness to engage with this puzzle right now is a little limited, especially since the high jump is still coming. Oh yeah. No, she does that. I'm not sure if she got it originally from Portal, or just on her own, or being friends with Ian Horner. That possibility cannot be discounted. Oh. There's our way back. I love how it shows us a whole lot, but still doggedly refuses to eliminate the way to the boss. That's something I still remember, and something that was really intriguing in the manual of the original game. And by the way, the Metroid manual, like manuals of that time, they're all online and available in PDF format. The one from Metroid, the first one, is one of those that you should at some point just flip through. It's the kind of manual that makes you want to play the game. Like it's very suffused with the narrative that it with the narrative of the game, and just the idea that there are two really powerful enemies in the game, Cried and Ridley. Oh, great. Do you say Cried or Crate? Anyway, but they're not just stepping stones to eventually confront Mother Brain, no. They're also hidden. Which to me always made them feel like medieval dragons. I'm saying medieval dragons like we actually had dragons in medieval times, but you know what I mean. Like this idea that there is something lurking somewhere. And encountering it, this might actually just be a one-way street. I mean, to me, I never made the association with the first name Craig. But to me, that's just kind of how it came out, since I guess the super German read of it would be Cried. Like, either with a combined AI, like Crate, although we don't really have that as an umlaut in German. And, yeah. I've had the whole pronunciation debate surrounding Metroid. I mean, I make fun of it in today's stream title. I wasn't even aware that it was such a... For the longest time, I wasn't even aware that the whole Zeb'sh or Zee-bess or whatever was such a pervasive thing. But maybe just pronouncing it super shortly, like Zeb'sh, never occurred to me. Again, as a German, because we pronounce our vowels, god damn it. Curado. Keep attacking the hoppers with missiles, because I kinda fear that they could fuck me up real quickly, real badly. And I guess that surprise hopper early into the game just really worked from let's make the player jumpy shit point of view. Come on. Now. Gonna send it away. Then I'm gonna quietly curse for the game dicking me around like that. Yeah. Oh. Oh, the pain. That was Dark Souls level of dickery. Yeah, I love how multiple people looked at the word Dracula. Were like, you know what would be really genius to, we're gonna reverse it, and then it's gonna either refer to, then it's either gonna refer to a reformed Dracula or his son or any other thing that we want to do with that old story. Now the game is just like, you know, being like, do I let you fall through the floor? Oh, maybe, maybe not. I could, you know. I regret my choices. Or maybe not. Is this the path to Cracked? Jesus Christ! How paranoid is that lizard? I mean, maybe at this point Samus already has a bit of a reputation, but... Although, as the title would suggest, this would be her, like, Samus Begins. thing, and the horrible, horrible stories we learn, we hear about in Metroid Prime in the logs. None of this has yet happened. Although, to be fair, they kind of just refer to her as the hunter, and like they're not like completely besides themselves with fear. It's just a major concern. That she found them. And also, one of my favorite logs in the Prime games is about the space pirates trying to replicate the mothball technology. And it's really just a text log, and it's written very soberly, but it is very much implied, or even not, it ended in great bodily harm. They could not replicate it without killing or mutilating the test subject. Huh. Teasing me like this. It's another weird thing that we're definitely not gonna bring to Metroid 2. The original game Cried is barely bigger than Samus. I mean, it's an NES game, so there's certain limitations. In the Super Nintendo, he's famously humongous, easily filling two screens. I think for this one they went with a happy medium. Oh, how so? I really checked or noticed if the chat box is working. I mean, it's displaying, so I'm guessing it's all showing up. I'm just not glancing over to the preview. Ah, yeah, that's working. Or 2x1, like if the sprites are a little bigger than the grid, if we're not talking like OG Monster Hunter. Not Monster Hunter. Dragon Warrior or Dragon Quest, sorry. Yeah. I was a little, not shocked, but a little bit surprised that Final Fantasy 1, the Pixel Remaster, still features the evolved sprites for the advanced classes, where the little 1x1 characters become these 2x1 beefy boys. Still with modernized pixels. Both redrawn sprites and everything. But to me, they always look very out of place in the Final Fantasy series as a whole. Just kind of this thing that they never repeated aesthetically. Okay. Cross my heart and all that. We're fighting great. Oh, here's multi-room filling. Multi-screen. Yeah. You know what? Good for you, buddy. You're underused in the series as it is. Don't settle for... Don't settle for less. There was a scene in the Dread trailer where Kraid is chained to a wall and Samus is doing that thing where she's standing right in front of the creature, but apparently has the perfect read on how long those... Would you kindly move your claws? That would be... Oh, got him. Where she apparently has the perfect read on how long those chains are. So Kraid lashes out at her and she's just standing there and moving and looks really cool. And as someone who really disliked the thing where she has a complete PTSD breakdown in front of Ridley in a very late adventure into her career, which makes no sense. Or little sense. That scene in Adam, to me that kind of felt like a vindication of that. Like, I don't want her to be emotionless or completely, you know, fearless, as in... a robot or something, but I still... I still prefer the idea that she has a certain unflinching resilience in most situations. I guess it's not an accident that my frame of reference or my go-to movie character to compare to Samus Aran, like as in if she were a more actively written character, and not the way we saw another M. I guess it's no accident that Sigourney Weaver's portrayal of Ripley is kind of where I'm falling onto, where I'm landing on when I imagine Samus. Like, very no nonsense, cool under pressure, but not some kind of brick. Certainly not uncaring. Yeah, not completely unflappable. And, you know, you can make almost completely inflappable characters, and with a little, you know, wink wink into the camera can make them great. I think Schwarzenegger as Conan is a great example. Like, he only ever loses his shit when his girlfriend dies. Other than that, or when he encounters the dude who massacred his village. But other than that, he's just stoic to a comical degree. The movie kind of knows that, or at the very least, the director knew how to extract a performance out of Schwarzenegger, who I want to say is not the actor with the greatest range. He has developed a lot over the years. Like, there was a fairly recent movie, like post his governorship, where he plays the dad of a girl who gets infected during a zombie apocalypse, and then just kind of slowly turns, and it's heartbreaking, and he's really good in it. But there's also a certain amount of steely stoicism that is employed there, at least to juxtapose it against the really intense feelings underneath. And I always felt that directors who could really make use of that Austrian beef got terrific movies made. It's a welcome safe room. That was a mistake. It's a jump. I'll be taking that. Thank you. So another thing about that breakdown scene in letter M, she loses her suit her suit is somehow tied to her emotional well-being, and if she gets too upset, she loses her suit. The implications of that, I would say, have not been thought out. Especially owing to the fact that that game is set on a space station, where, you know, there's breathable air by default. But I would... but in a lot of environments that Samus Aran visits, I don't think there is such a thing as O2. Oh, that's a big hopper. Yeah, that's gonna break under us. Oh? Okay. I guess time to be a dick because that hopper couldn't hop in here. I mean, her suit isn't just armor, it's an environmental hazard suit. One that they specifically... Then again, I don't think they gave the Chozo didn't give her the armor to be to better deal with the harsh environments. I think that's where all the genetic modifications she received came in. Doing this for the map, doing this for the map. Apparently like, according to the extended lore, there's like a bunch of gene therapy that they put her through, so she's kind of a super soldier to begin with. Wasn't there a game, one of the, I wanna like say first big or second big waves of indie titles that is all about you controlling a suit, like a modern sci-fi spacesuit, and your the person inside is unconscious and slowly dying, and the idea is that you are the suit and you're supposed to get them to safety. I really want to hike all the way down for a couple extra items right now. I'm not gonna 100% this. Right, this subplot. So Ridley is... off planet, I guess? So this could be a random earthquake, or it could be the big-ass ship setting down. But we might still see that. But it's also interesting to me that the statue looked like the ship. No. I think like, she has worked in teams, and she has worked in and she has worked better in teams than, say, another M, but the idea was always like, yeah, this is a suit that gets you anywhere you need to go on your own, and if there's like a quick release button or whatever. Actually, in the very beginning of Fusion, there is a cutscene where they have to remove her suit because she's really out of it. And then they struggle to do it. because the X-parasite or whatever it's called has fused itself with her body, and then the suit is partially part of her body, and I think she gets better throughout of the game. At least there are like credits, like, you know, the weird tradition of stripping Samus for the credits. But then the images have now been that salacious. And I think she's okay at the end of Fusion. Although it would be kind of cool, like her outfit at the beginning, or what we've seen of Dread so far, is still kind of inspired by the Fusion suit. So I wonder if she'll still have some issues there. Sorry. Okay, so this is this thing. Could just see where the turbo button takes us. Ah. The high jump thing. Could have sworn we'd get the high jump by now. There's this little flame over on the entrance to Turin, but Turin is Mother Brain's lair, so I guess, yeah, there's not much to be gained here. Or do I just go back and get the last stuff on Crate? I actually am not entirely sure what to do. Or is the game telling me that I need to go to Norfair? I think it wants me to go to Norfair. Okay. I guess since I mentioned the Batman Arkham Asylum earlier, which is in and of itself a great Metroidvania, and also really, yeah, it has the same feeling of feeling very powerful, but at the same time you're in a bad situation and you're alone. So it kind of is, to me, at the very least, the first Arkham game feels like an honorary Metroid game. And also in the sense that this is a character who could be who could be way too competent. If written poorly. Or, you know, boring. One note. Like, both Samus Aran and Batman can either be written as complete Mary Sues, or, you know, impressive characters who still struggle. Okay, so this room clearly has, or may have, some speed boost stuff going on, but not from here. Also, it's a fun choice to give you something like the speed boost. Where you even get the high jump. Okay. The most video game thingy ever. It gives you an ability to run super fast. What do? Well, you touch that bit of ground and then it evaporates, and that is what gives you progress. I do not have super missiles. Do I have to? Oh, get a clear the arm ramp. Finally. Wait, does this also? Oh. Neat. Nope. I mean, I could, but I won't. Pardon the fuck? Ah, this whole deal. Yeah, so a bunch of, or maybe all of the all of the unnamed bosses are new to this game. And some of them are just really cool in the way they enhance the whole. Like they have these neat little side stories. Hmm. I love that they mark it on the map. Yeah, we'll probably come back here. I don't have to go through these links. An interesting way to create a temporary one-way street. Oh yeah, the store is closed now and you don't have that item yet. Oh, there has to be something here. Never mind. Come on. I think we're about due for a suit upgrade. Patience. Why would you run? I mean, I was pressing forward, but I kinda wish this would freeze her in place. Not sure where that expectation is coming from exactly, but... would help me aim. Also, why am I here? I just did a whole big runaround for nothing. So people keep saying that they really, really want a Zelda Maker, but I feel a Metroid. I feel a Metroid level designer offered by Nintendo has way more potential to really tickle people's creativity. I've never played Hexen, so I know of it. I always found the idea to do something with that tech in a more fantasy setting rather than shooty soldier bang bang. But never touched that series. Neat. I suppose we can drop by the terrain entrance just to see if it changes anything, but really shouldn't. Nope. Nope. I found a new appreciation of Doom, classic Doom, with the very well-made switchboard. You know, the one that didn't make me nauseous. But still running around and looking for that key card is something that can fuck right off. Kinda wanna play the first few levels of Duke Nukem at some point on stream, just to revisit that moment in time. I wonder if the strippers in Duke Nukem violate TOS in any way. You know, since it's very pixelated. But I've been here before. I think maybe they're tutorializing the super missile or something. Huh. That's kind of a dick move. Hold up. Fine. Let's descend into what is supposed to be. Alright. I've also been here. Oh. They're coming through the air ducts. Oh, come on. There was a thingy and I need to freeze it. Oh! That's so adorable. Look how they're trying to eat my arm. Shit. Oh no. That is Bavaria's suit. Acid and heat. I like that, because it still doesn't solve acid completely in the sense that it's still a liquid, and we still have to contend with really shitty jumping capabilities. But yeah, there's a lot of quality of life stuff in here, like them just handing us the jump ball as part of the high jump, acid no longer being a thing from now on. Is there more acid stuff? Oh, here, let's have a look. Now, where do I get the murder bugs? This is kind of ingenious. That's a really nice puzzle. Gee, back to no fair with the anti-heat suit. Who'd have thunk? You forgot parasitic. They are also parasitic. We're collecting nopes. Let's be thorough. I guess we can all rest easy knowing that at the end of Super Metroid, this entire planet is gonna be toast. Where did that come from? I have a tapeworm joke here, but no. I assume they also act as some sort of, you know, quarantine hedges. Okay. Let's not be too foolhardy. Yeah. Not sure if Ridley is really up next. I mean, the idea is, yeah, you do Norfair and then Ridley and all that. But I'm not sure. Like, I don't remember how many detours the game put in, especially since after Ridley, the terrain is open and there's really no reason to not go kick Motherbrain's ass. Also like how it does not... how lava is still a bit of an issue. Sure. There has to be something here. Okay. Maybe return with a power bomb. What was the difference between lava and magma again? I also kind of just used them interchangeably. That was... Okay, that grub is still doing its thing. Hate that they regenerate. Oh. I suppose technically it's still underground. I have to rewatch the Austin Powers movies. Or at the very least, the first one. From Rewatch with Love podcast kind of sent me onto a James Bond kick. I watched a bunch of my favorites, and a few that seemed interesting by way of the podcast. And I feel at this point I should just treat myself to some bullshit. And yeah. Like, I'm not sure if I'm gonna watch Austin Powers and just groan through the whole thing, and not necessarily in a good way, or if afterwards I'll be like, wow, this held up shockingly. I have no idea. I love how we have to clear this on-ramp for a big, bold jump, and some just go with blaster, for others with the bomb. I really like the art style of the backgrounds, by the way. Oh yeah, some stuff today will just be fucking offensive, or register more easily with audience today as offensive. Not like that stuff was ever okay, but also I'm guessing Goldmember will have the will have the Kevin Spacey performance that still goes down the easiest. It doesn't just feel icky, gross, and depressing. I mean, it's a cameo for one thing, but also wait. Kevin Spacey doesn't play Mini-Me in the mock Austin Powers movie. He plays Dr. Evil, and Mini-Me is Danny DeVito, right? Predictably. Okay, a little bit of a conundrum here. I know based on having played the game a couple times before, that the grub located on the bottom right of the map is at some point gonna, evolve and get through there. But right now, I don't really have any kind of incentive going there other than that meta knowledge. Yeah. Honestly, aside from the video, Aaron and that parody is kind of aged poorly. Like I suppose I still watched Tom Cruise movies, but then again, the whole Scientology stuff is also super icky and weird, even though I suppose it victimizes people less directly. Never mind. Oh, that's actual magma. What plays the love interest in the self-parody bit? I love these bits because not just are they interesting, like the creatures trapped on these tentacles, but also they make the whole environment feel a little more alive. Like, of course, this is a super hostile planet with incredibly evolved creatures. So, oh, so of course, they would all be eating each other constantly. Yeah, let's go to the secret first. Oh, the destination that is also a secret. Hello, wife beam. She has the great distinction of shooting through walls. Made of energy waves can pass through a beam that is made up of energy waves. This will be on the test. Jot that down. I mean, if you want to go back to bed or see to your needs any other way than watching a stream, then please. Don't feel compelled to keep. Oh, yeah. I forget what it was about, naturally. But the other day I had like a hyper-focus thing. And then just like that, like 20-30 minutes gone. And and I had just previously told a friend, oh yeah, I'll be in Discord in a minute. Yeah, I mean, a lot of things can contribute to it. Okay. I guess let's drive Mothra to extinction. Oh. Stay in your room. What interesting. Oh, as in set a trap in the form of a bomb. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, that hurt it. Oh my god, what a thing to potentially miss. How do we get to it? Huh. It was okay. Since it also did not do a ton of damage, I didn't feel like it was actively messing me. Ah, now we can go deeper because we have another on-ramp. Yeah, and there was a safe spot. I guess that was their allowance as in, yeah, this isn't super obvious because you haven't really been using bombs against bosses. They're usually super weak. So let's give players the ability to experience this at their leisure. Really threading the needle here. Mr. Ridley, sir. You have a minor infestation here. I don't quite remember how gross this one gets once it hatches. It hatches, and it will hatch. Creepy crawly warning. Just in blanket terms. Look at this little bug, just wants to fly his beautiful figure 8. And we're here just hacking things up. Ah, can't reach that one. And then, they froze me. A place they couldn't even reach. So unnecessary. Yeah, it didn't occur to me that the central strand was like solid. Imagine them reenacting the scene from Return of the Jedi. Mother Brain hobbling towards the shuttle. Oh, Lord Ridley, you've arrived. Oh yeah, there was a tink sound, wasn't there? Is this really just to tease the upcoming bug situation? I think it's just there to tease the upcoming bug situation. Going, are we there yet? In a really nasally skeletal voice. Just really prone to eating smaller space pirates. Everyone's like, sir, that's fucked up. And Ridley's like, oh, it's not technically cannibalism, so bite me. Or rather, I'll bite you. Oh, gross. Oh, gross. Oh, gross. Yeah, I think it's gonna be big and have a lot of... Everything is icky and gross. Oh. Not even as a power trip. I mean, if you have wings, the idea of flying anywhere without your wings might be borderline insulting or annoying. Especially, I think we've seen Ridley fly through space. I think the fact that they made this thing really bulbous with small wings is what sells the grossness to me. I mean, that's another thing I like about Metroid, and I hope that the series never loses that. That there is a little bit of a cartoony vibe and a like Saturday morning cartoon aesthetic that the games never lost. And at first, like back in the day, they were certainly by necessity what you could pull off with 2D graphics and pixel art and whatnot. But also, it never goes beyond, oh, look, this is kind of grody. Like, it doesn't become actively horrifying. Like, there's a bit in that show, Love, Death, Robots on Netflix that is nightmare fuel, and I sometimes shudder literally shudder just to think about it in terms of creature design. And Metroid doesn't go there. Really? Ah. Well, you know. The brightest flame, twice as hard. You know, that whole deal. We get to sit on this out. And it still does, you know, horror tropes and grody metamorphosis stuff. One thing that caught a little bit of, you know, ridicule way back when Other M came out was the evolutionary cycle of Ridley, or a Ridley creature, which starts off as this little feathered munchkin. But I can't help but say, yeah, that's fascinating to me. Even if we learned that the terrible space dragon has some really wacky forms. So I'm not sure how well I can do Tom Hardy as Mad Max, but that's bait. Still got me though. Yeah, but even Evil Dead, it's just so over the top. Like, it's not upsetting horror, save for some of the gross out stuff. Like the ear scene in Brain Dead. Ooh. But I love the baby scene. Peter Jackson loved the baby scene, like the walk in the park scene that they shot for money that was left over. Yeah, like I like many different kinds of horror. Like, I would say, for instance, Hellraiser is one that has its goofy appeal as a creature feature, but also goes to some places that feel a little more real and a little more upsetting. And then there's a few horror films where afterwards I'm like, okay, this was an experience that I will probably never revisit in my life, but I'll think about it for a long time. Like, that's the kind of stuff where I'm reluctant to even mention them on stream because I could see people falling down the Wikipedia rabbit hole on them and being disturbed. Like a very popular example for that would be of movies that I have never seen but read about, and that was quite frankly enough, would be the Human Centipede series. Where I read the summary and a bunch of reviews and was like, okay, yeah, that's about the experience I'm gonna have with this series, and that's fine. But I'm looking forward to my next rewatch of The Thing by John Carpenter. Because aside from a bunch of unfortunate stuff involving dogs, that movie is... damn. I've heard Evil Dead, especially Evil Dead 2, described as a Looney Tunes, a live-action Looney Tunes cartoon. And I wonder if we're gonna get a Bruce Campbell cameo either in the upcoming Spider-Man movie or in the Sam Raimi home Doctor Strange film. Okay, glad we talked about it. Yeah, it's the obvious one-way return room. And I guess we're about to confront Ridley. So did Ridley just sneak from the surface? Like awkwardly past Samus to... oh wait, no. Gotta be in my boss room. Sorry. Like really ill-prepared. Oh. I was worried that they would send us to Ridley with 2 super missiles. I think it's about time we get the space jump. I honestly wouldn't mind a slide. Eh. I'm just gonna tough that out. There we go. Oh, do we get a generic boss music or do we get Ridley's theme? Oh, nobody home. Convenient. And the other shoe's about to drop. Just a second, but... Oh wow, they really want us to be prepared for that thing. Bum 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 bum. Well, it is just about a facsimile of the fight on the Super Nintendo. Also the fact that just about everything has to go into this fucking dragon, and I feel this game is a little too easy. Well, there's an association with Invincible. I didn't expect. Specifically the subway scene. Which is also not for the faint of heart. For some reason I'm just dishing out recommendations for random bits of horror and gore tonight. It's not even that kind of game. Like, tangentially, this is an homage to Alien. That's about it. That's the secret. Oh. Oh. Yep, I'll take that. Yeah, we're mostly done with North there. Ridley's lair. Ridley didn't get jack shit for killing Ridley other than that door opening. In Super Metroid they give you at least the space jump. Maybe even the screw attack. Ah, so close. Okay. Hello? Aww. What? Are we about to get the screw attack? I love shit like that. That'll just like take you behind the scenes in Disneyland. That kind of vibe. That was quite a roller coaster. Oh. Okay. So we have the screw attack, but not the space jump, I guess. Okay, we're officially a Doom Balloon. Yeah, plus if you rub a balloon a little bit, getting a jolt from it is not entirely unexpected. Oh, they're really pushing it with the respawning enemies in this. Shit! Okay, can I, in fact, deactivate upgrades? Nope. Yeah, that's gonna be the jump I need to use. Come on. Shit. You can do it in Super Metroid. Which, I think for some of the beams, it can be useful. Yeah, and I mean this game very much feels like, no, I don't want to say a soft remake of Super Metroid, but the idea is obviously what if the first Metroid, but like with the capabilities of Super Metroid and some of the innovations from Fusion thrown in. I'm sorry. That little seahorse did nothing wrong. Can we go straight up? Doesn't look like it. Wait, did I just walk this entire distance back, even though... Ew. No, wait. I'm reading the map wrong. Oh, this is better. Actually, this is a good place to call it. Like I think I could be having a little more stream in me, but then I would also get tempted to finish the game, since we only have Turian and the bonus section to go through, technically. But I kind of want to experience this also more story-driven part a little fresher, and there's nothing keeping me from just launching into AM2R after finishing this. So, thank you all for watching. If you like what you saw, want to see more, there's always the archive over on YouTube, where I keep most of my VODs in, for now, perpetuity. If you wanna be notified when I come online, which should be, unless I feel terribly compelled to do a weekend stream, should be on Monday sometime. You can follow me here on Twitch or on Twitter and Mastodon. That's where I post, since I don't have fixed stream times these days. And if you're ever feeling particularly generous, I also have a tip jar over on Ko-fi. Yeah, everyone. Have a great weekend. Exciting or relaxing, depending on what you want and need. And, yeah, take good care. Bye.